everyone, this is Demari, welcome to my YouTube channel. And today I'm doing a slightly different reading actually. This is for the Pink Supermoon messages in regards to the earth signs, okay? So I'll be doing each sign in regards to the earth signs, and we'll be looking at the energies that you're purging at this time, what's being released, what's being brought to the surface, what you're walking away from, and the energies that you're moving towards, okay? So this is a really good time for supercharging your healing process, for taking action and moving towards what it is that is aligned with your true will, okay? Particularly with Libra being, the full moon being in Libra and it being a supermoon, it's going to really balance out those energies. So this is why I wanted to do this kind of reading at this time. So I hope you enjoy it. So the first sign I'm going to do is, I believe, Taurus. Okay, so let's get stuck in for you, Taurus. And the first thing I want to pull is, I forgot to mention, I'll be using the Dark Mirror Oracle deck, the Work Your Light Oracle deck, the Moonology Oracle deck, and the Wild Unknown Tarot. So let's get stuck in for you then, Taurus. So let's see what the shadow self is revealing to be purged, healed, and resolved. Okay, so you have Triumph of Lies. Interesting. And you also have Is This Me? So Taurus, you may have been getting a bit lost in a false image of yourself, okay? You may have been projecting a certain image for so long that you're starting to lose sight of who you truly are. So now might be a very good time to reinvent yourself, okay? Because the facade is sliding, okay? You no longer recognize who you were because you are becoming something else. The only problem is that you've been projecting or wearing a mask for quite a long time, so you're not really even aware of who you are anymore at this point. So you're now having a look at what it is that you feel you're most aligned to now. You might have had a lot of things come up in your circumstances that have forced you to grow, forced you to change, right? And you've been putting on a brave face while you're doing that. So don't take it necessarily in the worst way that I'm saying you're fake and you're a bad person or anything like that. It's nothing like that at all. I just feel like you have been putting on a certain mask for quite some time to mask what's been going on beneath the surface. And I feel like, yeah, there may have been a lot of big circumstances that came up that kind of forced you to evolve very quickly, and you're still trying to work out who the hell you are at this point because you are not the same person anymore, right? So let's look in regards to the energies you're moving towards. So you are walking away from this, okay? You are realizing that this image you had of yourself and that you've been projecting no longer really exists, okay? Even if you did identify with certain aspects of that persona, you don't anymore pretty much. You have evolved past it, right? So what are you moving towards then, Taurus? You have take a break, a life's work, not a season, get off the treadmill. That's interesting. I think it was, who was it that got this? I think it was Libra that got this in their reading also. So that's quite telling for you that this is a significant time for you to take a break as the full moon is in Libra. So now's a good time for you to reflect and just, I would say it would be very good to get into meditation, to take that time for introspective work and just kind of explore and really just kind of enjoy the present moment, just being present essentially. Next you have Demari, creating heaven on earth. It's happening. Amazing. So this is what I'm saying. You might not even recognize who you are anymore, and you might not even recognize your circumstances anymore because significant changes are playing out for you, okay? This is really beautiful energy though, this here. It's like kind of saying take time out to enjoy the blessings that are coming into your life, you know. There's certain things that are being revealed at this time, and they are aligned with your true bliss, you know, what it is you want, you know, what is actually your will, what it is you truly want, okay? Not what you think you want, but what you actually want. So that's very beautiful energy. I love this for you, Taurus. Okay, so now I'm going to get the Moonology deck and see what else needs to be shone a light upon, have the light shone upon. So let's see, what is it that the full moon energies are showing to you, or communicating to you at this time in regards to what you're leaving behind and what you're walking towards. Expect powerful change, new moon eclipse. This is what I'm talking about. You are transforming, you are becoming a complete and new version of yourself. You don't even recognize yourself anymore at this point, and you're not certainly going to recognize the situation you're finding yourself in because you didn't think it could happen to you, right? And then next you have meditate and contemplate. What did I tell you? Okay, and this is new moon in Pisces. Meditate and contemplate. So now is a good time to do that kind of work, do the introspective work, to meditate, to just pause, just to be. Not to necessarily do anything heavy, you know, in regards to the inner work, but just get into that space of just being, focusing on what it feels to be alive in that moment, okay? Focusing on the positives, focusing on your current blessings, the things that bring you happiness, you know, connecting with source, grounding yourself, all of those things, really beautiful energy. And that's where you're being asked to step towards now, because it's coming in abundance for you. Okay, now let's have a look in regards to the tarot then, see what messages need to be shared there. But I just saw the sun card like flick up and it's come up again. Amazing. Okay. Wow. This is interesting. Okay. So the first card you got, the sun in reverse. So Leo energy. This is talking about the reason why you're having a little bit of a struggle at the moment is because you're in this transition. You're walking away from where you used to be and who you used to be towards where you're going and who you actually are becoming, right? So you're in that transition phase, but what you don't realize is that, because it kind of feels certain, you feel you're walking towards the unknown. It's not clear where your path is headed. But you're excited, I feel, because you do see some blessings coming up in your life very fast, very sudden, out of nowhere. And you're kind of just like, oh, where's this going to lead? Like, I don't know, you know, but there's no reason to fear because you're being supported. It is a divinely guided journey. Next, you have the Strength card, again, Leo energy. So you could be dealing with a Leo, or you could have Leo in your chart somewhere. Either way, strong fire energy. I feel like the Strength card is communicating. You see how the sun's behind this lion as well, and he's got a rose in his mouth. I think you're finding the courage to move forward in a connection in particular. It may be that you are, you may be taking the next step. You may be proposing. You may be getting married. You may be moving in together. New levels of commitment here. And you're stepping into this role of being a provider, of being someone who is spiritually aligned and meeting their equal, right? That's what I feel like. It's a very spiritual connection that you're moving towards, or moving closer and deeper into. That's what I'm getting. Such beautiful energy. I love this reading. This has been my favorite so far. It's so beautiful. Okay, next you have the 10 of Cups. So yeah, there's a lot of emotions that you're processing. You might be feeling a little bit overwhelmed by your emotions because you've probably been through a lot. You've probably been through a lot of difficult circumstances, and you never thought you'd get to have a little taste of heaven, right? Which is what you're starting to get now. But you're seeing that this is actually your reality, and I think it's overwhelming you. You're really happy, and you will be really happy as you step more into this space and realizing that what you asked for is coming. It's being manifested, you know, that your patience is paying off, essentially. And lastly, you have the Hanged Man in reverse. So this is talking about a shift in perspective, right? growing, changing, evolving, seeing things from a new lens, seeing things more objectively, realizing your blessings, realizing where you could have been sabotaging previously, you know, and not taking it for granted, you know, using this new perspective, this new gained clarity to move deeper in towards, you know, this connection, deeper into love, deeper into joy, bliss, happiness, you know, emotional fulfillment, emotional abundance, sharing that, and spreading the joy wherever you go. Oh my gosh, Taurus, this is so beautiful. This energy is just like, it's so divine. I hope this resonates for you guys. If it does, or you found it really uplifting, do let me know your thoughts in the comments. I hope you enjoyed this format. This is a new kind of format in this style, so yeah, I mean, it'd be good to get your feedback, and who knows, maybe it'll make a return for another full moon reading. But thanks for checking it out, Taurus, and yeah, I'm so excited for you. This is amazing, like all the love in the world, okay? Speak to you soon. Okay, the next sign up is, I believe, Virgo. Yes, Virgo. So, lovely Virgo, let's see what's coming up for you. What is the shadow self purging, releasing, and bringing to your awareness for healing at this time? Okay, so you have the temple of my body, and you have anger and chains. So the first thing that came up for me is that you may have been using your sexual prowess as a weapon. Okay, that was literally what hit me straight away with that. It may be that you are very aware of the impacts that you have on people. You generally are found to be very alluring, very attractive, right? People are drawn to you. You're just charismatic. Your energy is electric, okay? People are drawn to you, right? You know that people desire you in that way. So you may be using that to try and spite a certain person in your line of field, okay? You may have some grudge, or you may have had a disagreement or falling out, a separation with someone who you felt very strongly towards. But ultimately they betrayed you in some way, or you felt wronged by them in some way, and that led to a serious amount of anger, to the point where all you could think about was making them feel how they made you feel. You know, you kind of got swallowed by this resentment, and as such you were kind of, you know, trying to find a way to get back at them, and you know that they are still very much drawn to you and your energy. You know they keep trying to find a way back, and you're kind of like, I think you're kind of playing on that a little bit, because you want to find a way to get to them, and you haven't found it yet, so you're looking to use that somehow to make them see what it feels like to be on the other side of the fence, right? But I don't feel like you need to resort to that kind of energy, Virgo, if that resonates for you. Like, I know it's hard when someone disregards your feelings, or doesn't live up to your expectation, or, you know, ghosts you, or cheats on you, or tells you they don't want to be with you anymore, especially when if their actions are very confusing. If it's, you know, they're saying one thing and doing another, and it's constantly switching, like, I get that. It probably pisses you off no end, but I don't think you trying to get back at them is going to serve you in the long run. And I think you think that maybe if you kind of like, you know, dangle a carrot in front of them and reel them in that way, you can find a way to lash out at them, but it's not going to serve you. I'm telling you now, like, this is something that I think you know that it's not worth it, because ultimately, regardless of what you had, all that's left is this this toxicity and this desire, right? I feel like there's a very strong sexual connection between the two of you. And yeah, you're just kind of like, that's literally all there is left. So it's just not worth it, pretty much. You're better off just walking away. Okay, and let's see what you're moving towards. Interesting. All right. So you've got Sisterhood of the Rose, Beauty and Devotion, Priestess, Mystic, and Teacher. Interesting. So you are stepping into your calling, your true calling, okay? So you maybe you've been falling into this like energy vampire kind of vibe lately. You can see how she is a succubus of some kind. She's like a vampire type. Kind of pretty much a succubus, you know. You may be falling into that kind of energy. That's your shadow side coming to the surface. Because like I said, you draw people in very easily, right? So when you allow the shadow to take over, sometimes it can use that and manipulate people using that energy, right? That seductive energy that you have. But I think you're aware of where you may be abusing that power, and you're taking back control. You're not allowing the shadow side to run amok, essentially. Oh, interesting. There's another card here that was okay, I'm going to take it because that was obviously important. So we'll deal with that in a second. But yeah, but this is telling you that you're taking back control, right? That you're choosing the higher path, the ascendant path. You're using your divine feminine wisdom, and you're kind of stepping into the space of the high priestess, right? You're an initiate for that path, you know, of the priestess. You could identify as a witch, you could identify as a spiritual healer, a guru, you know, whatever you feel resonates with you, even a shaman, okay? But you're stepping into that space of the priestess energy, okay? Where you exude beauty and balance and gracefulness, and you know, you're choosing the higher path rather than resorting to this kind of tactics. You see the difference here is significant, right? So this is you moving towards a higher frequency. This is you rising above that, okay? Next you have, unbelievable, break the chain. Ancestral patterns, healing, rewriting the future. And this is literally what you're breaking here, anger and chains, right? And you're breaking those chains, okay? So there may be some things in regards to your past where this energy started from, where it became more prevalent in your life because of the circumstances that you went through, particularly with people who have the divine masculine out of whack, where they could be very domineering, controlling, trying to overpower you all the time, and that's how you found a way to gain control and manipulate them instead, through your femininity, right, and your sensuality. So that was your way of trying to assert control of the situation where you felt powerless, where you felt stripped of your power, right? But you're breaking those chains, you're breaking the cycle. It could be that something that's been playing out throughout generations, you know, and an ancestral pattern that you are breaking. So that's powerful, you know. That is you literally taking the bull by the horns and taking control of your actions, doing the deep rooted inner work, healing ancestral wounds, and essentially writing your destiny from scratch, pretty much. So that's not a small thing. That's a significant leap, right, on the spiritual journey. And this card was hidden. I didn't actually see this because this was stuck behind another, but I'm going to take it because it must be relevant. And it's mirror. Who or what is triggering you? So this is definitely relevant. So there may be someone in particular that's bringing that to the surface so that you can heal it, okay? So it could be an ex-partner, it could be someone that you're currently dating, it could be someone you felt was a friend, it could be someone that's in your life somehow, it could be someone you work with, could be a boss, could be pretty much anyone. But there's someone who's triggering this in you, that's making you want to fall back into those old patterns because of the way they're treating you, the way you perceive them to be treating you. But you have an opportunity to break this and rise above it, okay? So I hope that makes sense for you, for those of you who this resonates for. So now let's have a look in regards to the Moonology deck then, and see what this full moon energies are for you in regards to what you're walking away from and what you are moving towards. Okay. Oh God, this is not, I'm sorry. I will explain why I'm laughing. It's just that this one card keeps coming up in almost all of the readings. It's insane. Anyway, so in regards to what you are releasing at this time, you have full moon in Aries. Interesting, considering it's a full moon. Okay, it's in the sign of Libra, but we're in Aries season. So this is what you are moving out of right now, pretty much. And it says a fiery climax approaches. Okay, so yeah, there is something significant is going to go down. I think there's going to be, just bear in mind it's Aries energy as well, so that's really associated with Mars energy. It can be warlike, it can be confrontational, and that's what I'm getting. I feel like there is going to be a confrontation of some kind between you and whoever this person is that is triggering you right now. So just be mindful of that. It's really important that you don't fall back into this habit, okay, that you rise above that you don't allow your anger to take over, okay, and to lose your cool, that you rise above it, okay, that you break the pattern, break the cycle, break the chain, okay, that you approach it in a dignified matter, no matter how angry they might get or confrontational. You know, you keep the level head, you be still speak your truth, still stand your ground where needed, but don't fall into those old habits, okay? Rise above it. You know you're not on that path anymore, so don't respond in the way you normally would. You know, take a moment to pause if needed, okay? And then in regards to the energies you're moving towards, you have full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. And I'm laughing because this card keeps coming up in all these readings, right? Answers. Everyone wants answers. Everyone wants to make sense of what the hell is happening, which makes sense given everything that's going on. But they're coming, okay? So this is it. Trust that you are on this path that's going to lead you towards, you know, a higher state of being, you know, operating on a higher frequency, a lot of abundance and blessings, a lot of divine support, especially from you know, the mother goddesses, the divine, the feminine divinity, right? That's coming in very, very strong. So you may be feeling like you're making significant connections with specific goddesses and divine feminine archetypes, right? So yeah, don't worry, you're being supported and things are going to become clearer. You're going to get the answers you seek. And I feel like you will have an epiphany, right? That you won't need to go looking for the answers will come to you, okay? When you're in a state of contemplation and pause, right? When you're composed, right? So just be aware of that. It's not going to come if you're in that fiery state and confrontational state, but when you're composed and you're being thoughtful and you're taking the time to get the information you need, that's when it will come. Okay, so taking a look at the tarot for you then, you have the Hanged Man. So this is it. This is like you're at the crossroads. It's like you have a decision to make. This situation is literally going to be what closes this chapter out. And depending on how you respond and how you deal with this, you can break the cycle permanently. So this does not manifest itself continuously, not just in your lifetime, but in future lifetimes. So it's a very, very significant moment for you. So you have to make the decision how you're going to approach this, and bear in mind the weight that it carries for you and future generations, okay? So choose wisely, essentially. Next you have the Ace of Wands, a brand new beginning, a new approach, you know, creating something from scratch. As I said, like it said there, rewriting the future, you know, taking charge of your destiny, you know, writing it yourself, you know, clean page, clean start, new beginning, powerful, seriously powerful. This has got to be the most, you know, in terms of energy in regards to transformation and ascension, this is the most powerful one so far by far. Next you have the Two of Cups in reverse. So yeah, this is you breaking breaking the chain. You're feeling like it's kind of got that devil card energy, you know, in the Tower of the Devil, where it has the devil and then it has like two people and they're chained to each other. And I feel like that's what you're breaking. You're trying to break this energetic tie that you have to this person who's triggering you, right? That's why this person was brought into your life. It's a soul connection, but for a karmic purpose, so that they learn what they need to do in order to break the chain. You learn what you need to do in order to break the chain, right? So that's what's happening. You weren't supposed to be with this person forever. You were meant to have this situation play out so you can break the cycle, so you can break free from this, okay, this toxic circumstance that just keeps repeating itself, right? And then lastly, you have the Ace of Swords in reverse. So we have fire, water, and air energy here. So this is essentially you. Normally, you know, you would take up the sword. But I feel like in this case, you don't even feel like you need to, right? But the truth is undeniable that you don't have to do anything to prove it. The proof is in the pudding. It's there for all to see. The answers are coming. So you don't feel like you have to proclaim anything bold or significant at this time. I think you're simply going to walk away and cut those ties and focus on where it is that you're heading. So silence can be powerful as well, for sure. Whereas before, I think you'd be like screaming your outrage and, you know, you'd be very much in this energy, but with all the anger and rage, I feel like now you're going to be calm, cool, collected. While this person may be kicking off at you, you know, very fiery, very like confrontational, you're just going to speak your truth. You're not going to say too much, I think. You're just going to be quite reserved, and then you're going to move on. You're just going to walk away. So powerful, Virgo, powerful changes, okay? But I hope that this reading was interesting for you. I hope it helped. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments, because it is a slightly different layout to what I usually do. And if you like it, I may include it in a future reading. So thanks for checking it out, and keep on moving forward, because you're moving into some really beautiful waters, okay? Speak to you soon. Okay, next I'm going to do Capricorn. So let's see what the shadow self is revealing at this time for you, Capricorn. What is it that you are having brought to the surface at this time to be purged, to be healed, and to be released? Okay, let's see if there's anything else. No? Okay, fair enough. So you got blinded to pain. Someone else got this. I can't remember who it was now, but one of the other signs. So yeah, you're releasing your pain overall. I think that's why this came out, because you're releasing pain in general, releasing anything that's toxic, that's negative, that stops you progressing, that holds you in your tracks, that keeps you feeling trapped, it keeps you feeling very low in energy, you know, operating in low vibrations, anything that prevents you from really healing and moving forward, pretty much. So that can apply to many, I feel like that probably applies to many aspects of your life right now. There's a lot of things that are being released to help you, okay? So let's have a look at what it is that you're moving towards then. Okay, you have Keepers of the Earth. You are not alone. Ancient ancestors stand by you. That's amazing, okay? So this tells you that you are being supported by your ancestors, okay? So you may have a lot of activity at this time, and they're trying to help you through this process, helping you get rid of all these toxic things in your life. They may be helping you to see where certain behaviors that you're exhibiting are causing you a lot of harm and that are detrimental to your well-being. Also helping you look at maybe your lifestyle in terms of your energy levels, your health, in regards to fitness levels, your diets, right? You may find that you have a new dietary requirement, okay? So things of that nature, I feel like you'll become very much aware of your impact on the earth. You may be looking to step into a more green lifestyle. You may be changing a lot of aspects about your lifestyle to help you come out of this energy and move into a more spiritually aligned path, right? Because you've been feeling the weight of all the toxicity, not just in your own life and your own circumstances, but in the world in general. And you want to move into a more balanced and nourished way of living, right? That's what I'm getting from this. Okay, so take it however it resonates if this does for you. So let's have a look in regards to your Moonology, okay, the Moonology deck, and see what the full moon is supercharging for you at this time, what energies are being brought into your awareness. So what is it in regards to what you're releasing, sorry. And now, that's two cards there. In regards to what you're moving towards. I don't know why that one was upside down, but okay. Okay, you have, in regards to what you are releasing, you're very close to achieving your goal. Gibbous moon. Amazing. So this pain is being removed from your life. You are healing. You are moving away from it. And these things are being taken care of for you, and you are doing your part also. So you're almost at the end of the cycle with this, which is really good to hear. Because obviously I don't like to hear you guys suffering, okay? So I'm really glad that's coming to an end for you. And then what you're moving towards, you have a new start is coming, new moon, amazing, okay? So you might find between now and the next new moon, there's going to be some significant changes. All these shifts will be taking place around your life, and you'll see certain things coming to an end, chapters closing to bring you into this energy where a new cycle can begin. As I said, one that is very much aligned with Mother Nature, you know, things of a natural perspective, getting grounded, feeling healthy, revitalized, nourished, okay, divinely supported, you know, being guided by the ancestors and feeling very much in tune with that. You may look at things in regards to your cultural background that can help you feel more connected with your ancestors, things of that nature, okay? Now let's have a look what the tarot has to tell us in relation to this, but it's very positive. I love this as a reading. It shows that you are moving into much more positive states of being and a much more positive lifestyle as well. And that whatever toxic situations were playing out are being removed from your life. Okay. So first you have the Ten of Swords, okay? So this is the pain. This is literally this card here, okay? So this is closing, it's the 10, okay? All of this pain that you've been carrying, all the pain you've been through, it's coming to an end. It's being dealt with, okay? That's almost over, so that's good. Next you have the Ace of Wands. So passionate new beginning, creative new beginning, creating a new reality, okay? New start, fresh new beginning, okay? Powerful, fire energy. So you were probably feeling very stressed before, maybe severely depressed even, possibly very anxious, but I feel like it's more like bordering depression or well into depression. However, with all these changes that are coming up, it's going to take a significant change, in regards to how you're feeling mentally and emotionally as well. You're not going to feel the same way. You're not going to be in that same state of depression. You're going to start to look at things very differently. You're going to start to feel differently. You're going to start to find your inner fire again. That spark for life will start to return. So that's really powerful. Next you have the Strength card, Leo energy. Again, another reading got that. I'm not sure who it was. But anyway, you are stepping into this space here, okay? Because ultimately, I think you know that you have what it takes to move forward, okay? That you are powerful, that you are balanced, or that you will become balanced even if you're not feeling it at this time, right? That that you have what it takes, like just simply, straightforwardly, you have what it takes to be this lion energy, right? Sorry, I'm just trying to sort out this lighting here. Okay. But yeah, I think that you have what it takes to be in this space, okay? To call upon your courage when needed, to be an example, to lead by example, to even face your inner demons when it's attached to this energy, the things that have caused you so much pain. I think you're stepping into that space where you're like, okay, I know I can do this. I know what's right for me. I know where I'm headed. I know this change is going to literally transform my life, so I'm going for it. And then lastly, you have the Three of Pentacles in reverse. So yeah, this is earth energy. This is really talking about, obviously it's your energy. And it's talking about not seeing obstacles, not seeing challenges, not seeing problems, right? But rather seeing opportunities for growth and expansion, opportunities for solidifying your stance, solidifying the foundations of the life you're trying to create. So you're seeing it as opportunity, not as setbacks, right? In regards to whatever comes up within this next chapter, you're seeing it as being a part of the path. Even if it is a little bit tricky, even if you have to explore new ways of approaching it, you're in the creator energy at that point. So you're seeing it as an opportunity to learn, to do something in a different way, to try something new, right? So very transformative, very powerful, very positive overall. So yeah, wow, Capricorn. I do love to know your thoughts. If you really enjoyed this reading, if you found it inspiring or helpful in any way, yeah, please let me know your thoughts. If you like this layout, I may use it again in another reading, maybe for another full moon reading. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this. For all of the signs, thank you so much, all of you earth signs. I appreciate you taking the time to watch this video. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please do. If you have already, it's lovely to see you again. And yeah, I will do another reading for you guys very soon. But in the meantime, I wish you all the best. Use this powerful supermoon to really supercharge your healing and to bring you closer into alignment. So take care, and I'll speak to you soon. Bye.